If you don't come back, we'll lose $5 million.
But I've been hospitalized since last month.
What?
I guess the cast is finally coming off tomorrow. My name is Keiichi Sato. I'm a system engineer at Doyomeki Systems. But I'm currently hospitalized.
I'm really sorry. You got hurt because of me.
Her name is Yui Taeda. I got into an accident while trying to protect her. Please don't worry about it. I'm almost fully recovered anyway. Sorry, this is from work. Hello?
Keiichi, what are you doing right now?
What do you mean?
There's smoke coming out of our monitor. Get back here immediately.
This is an order from Miss Hikiko. It's urgent. Smoke?
If you don't come back, we'll lose $5 million.
But I've been hospitalized since last month.
What? What's wrong?
It looks like smoke is coming out of a monitor at my workplace.
What?
Even if I wanted to go, I don't have a car here. And I'm not even sure if I can get permission to leave the hospital.
Then how about I help you get there?
As Yui suggested, I received permission from my doctors to leave, on the condition that I use a car and a wheelchair. And so, we headed to Doyomeki Systems. Who's this lady?
I'm just here to accompany him.
As I told you over the phone, did you unplug the monitor's power? Yeah. We unplugged it right away, and the smoke stopped. But is it really going to be okay? For now, yes.
Thank goodness. We would have lost our deal with Tokimeki Trading.
That $5 million deal is happening the day after tomorrow, right? It's a relief that things are gonna be okay. Fumiya, before I was hospitalized, I reported the monitor errors to you multiple times. Since you were the head of the systems department, why didn't you take action sooner? You reported it? To me? Huh? I told you the day before my hospitalization, and you even said you understood. Did I?
Wait, you forgot?
I even gave you a written memo. How could you Did you really? You should have made sure to give me something I wasn't gonna lose.
How irresponsible.
Don't worry, Yui. Next time, I'll make sure to give you something so you don't lose it. Please do.
Are you really okay with that? That was just an excuse to dodge responsibility.
I also take responsibility for not following up properly. Besides...
Yeah?
For some reason, Fumiya never really listens to what I say.
Keiichi?
It's nothing.
Anyway, I guess we just need to replace the monitor.
What a relief.
No, it's not.
Yui? What do you mean?
Keiichi's supposed to be on bed rest until tomorrow. Yet he still came here to help. Shouldn't you be apologizing and reflecting on your poor communication? But I didn't even know he was hospitalized, so it's not my fault, right?
He was the only one who could solve this problem. There wasn't much of a choice. But, well, you're right. Thanks for coming.
Get some rest now, okay?
Let's go. I left the office, taking the still fuming Yui with me.
Why didn't you say anything back to them?
Even if I did, they wouldn't really listen. Besides,
I see. Well then, we'll make sure they properly apologize on another day.
2 days later, I returned to work and accompanied Fumiya and the others to a business meeting at Tokimeki Trading.
Regarding the contract for our accounting software?
She is Tokimeki Trading's president, Noa Hanakaze.
Excuse me?
Huh? You are?
You know, my Yui. Miss Noa? The one who protected me? Was this man Keiichi right here? Oh my. Thank you so much for what you did.
Not at all. We're in the middle of a business negotiation right now. Anyone who's relevant in this negotiation should...
Oh, but I am very relevant in this.
What?
She is the leader of our accounting department. She was the one coordinating everything behind the scenes.
The leader?
Is there a problem? Actually, I visited Doyomeki Systems 2 days ago.
This is bad. You don't have to say any more.
And while I was there, I witnessed something very shocking. Something shocking? Doyomeki Systems left the entire troubleshooting process to Keiichi. Huh? To a hospitalized employee?
Well, he was the only one who could handle the problem. And he had permission to leave the hospital. So we didn't think it was an issue.
The cause was a faulty electrolytic capacitor. So I'm sure anyone could have handled it.
Stop it!
Despite repeated reports of the issue, Fumiya and the others kept postponing their response. And worse, they even blamed Keiichi for not communicating properly. Not only did they call for help from a recovering employee, but they made him come to the office and then shifted the blame onto him. That is not something someone in position of taking responsibility should be doing.
But there's no proof that Keiichi reported it.
That's not the issue here.
It's not?
The problem is that you all as management failed to take responsibility for what happened.
We are truly sorry.
But that's not the only concern regarding this contract.
Is there something wrong with the software?
This software is supposed to manage accounting while maintaining confidentiality on an independent network. Am I correct?
Yes.
However, it does not meet the standards we require.
What?
Fumiya, you were in charge of developing this software for Tokimeki Trading, right?
Yes. We made sure to meet the required standards, while checking with other system engineers as well.
Can you please allow me to review the software?
The accounting software we requested was supposed to automatically generate bookkeeping records, invoices, and order forms, requiring only final checks on our end.
This does write entries into the ledger, but it doesn't flag discrepancies caused by accounting input errors.
That level of detail wasn't included in the request document.
Just because it wasn't in the document doesn't mean it's okay to ignore. This software only meets the bare minimum requirements. Besides, I raised concerns about this before my hospitalization, and asked you to instruct the system engineers to address it, didn't I?
Why do you always keep taking the other party's side?
Because Yui's concerns are completely valid.
At this rate, this contract will be difficult to proceed with.
What?
The fact that only Keiichi understands the level of quality we expect is already a problem. And more importantly, how can we trust a company that shifts responsibilities onto its employees to properly maintain confidentiality? That's very true.
Please, give us just 2 or 3 more days. We'll make sure to adjust the software to meet your requirements.
I'm sorry, but the deadline has already passed.
But...
On the drive back...
Why didn't you tell us?
Tell you what?
Don't play dumb. You knew that woman was from Tokimeki Trading, didn't you?
I didn't think it was important. The priority was solving the problem.
That may be true, but...
If you had known Yui was from Tokimeki Trading, would you have treated me differently that day?
That's not what I meant.
Then there's no issue, is there?
I suppose not.
Back at the office. So the deal with Tokimeki Trading fell through. Is that correct, Fumiya?
Oh, come on, Akihiro. There's no need to be that angry.
Yes, that's right. I'll make sure to secure another contract. That's not the point. The client's request was to reduce the burden of processing and accounting. If it's just a simple accounting software that minimizes work, they could go to any other company. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, of course.
Our company prides itself on trust and reliability. We charge a bit more than other companies, which means we need to provide value that justifies the cost.
He's hitting the nail on the head.
And that's not all. I heard you called in Keiichi, who is still hospitalized, to handle a problem.
How did you know about that?
Given what happened, I reported it to Mr. Akihiro myself.
You meddling? I was informed that if the situation had been handled calmly, anyone could have resolved it. Calling in a recovering employee is unacceptable. You need to properly apologize.
I'm sorry.
I sincerely apologize.
It seems we need to review the state of our company once again.
You're exaggerating, don't you think?
Well, yes. This was just a rare case.
Are you still not realizing that such a statement is irresponsible?
How dare you?
Miss Noah values trust and credibility above all else. Unless you acknowledge your mistakes and work to improve, she will surely see through your flaws.
Isn't there anything we can do? That contract would be a huge benefit for our company. If we fail to secure it, our company will...
Keiichi, would you be willing to renegotiate with them?
Mr. Akihiro? Why him and not me?
Because I highly regard his sense of responsibility. From what I heard, he even anticipated this trouble and repeatedly warned you in advance.
Well, that's...
You'll probably claim there's no proof. But thanks to his crisis management skills, he has resolved numerous issues for our company. He has built up a solid track record that has earned my trust.
So you're saying he's responsible? Is that what you're trying to say?
Of course. So, Keiichi, would you please go to Tokimeki Trading once more? I'm sure you can make the necessary adjustments to perfect the software, right?
Of course.
Normally, this would be a job for the sales department, but given the technical aspects of the system, it would be best if you explain it yourself.
Understood. Please, leave it to me.
Thus, I headed back to Tokimeki Trading and explained the software to Noah once again.
I understand. If you can enhance the functionality to that level, we will wait a little longer.
Thank you so much.
The software itself was already excellent. In fact, after you left, we discussed how it might be a real loss to let it go. If you are back as the lead on this, I am willing to finalize the contract.
Miss Noah, I actually have one more proposal to make.
What is it?
Miss Noah listened attentively and readily agreed to what I had to say. And now, a bright future was beginning to take shape. Meanwhile...
Hey, Fumiya, can't we do something about this?
Akihiro has the full trust of the shareholders and executives.
If we lose his trust, our future is...
Huh? This is...
What about Keiichi's laptop?
It looks like Keiichi is working on another software. Wait, I know. I'll do a final check on this and report it to Akihiro.
Can you handle that?
I'm still a system engineer at heart, you know? Something of this level is a piece of cake.
With that, Fumiya started tampering with the unfinished software, and that was what triggered the incident. The software went out of control?
That's right.
The program you were working on encountered an error and nearly caused major network issues for our company.
Wait a minute. How can you be sure it was my software?
We traced the access logs. Look for yourself. There's a record showing access from your laptop to our company's network.
Huh? Wait a second. I knew it.
What do you mean?
It's just strange.
What are you talking about?
At that time, I was negotiating with Tokimeki Trading. There's no way I could have used my laptop remotely.
Where's your proof?
Right here.
What the?
This footage is...
Well, since you advised me the other day to keep records that won't get lost, so I installed a security software with a built-in camera.
A built-in camera?
This software records data every hour and saves it to a dedicated server. And it even auto-uploads the data, so there's no need to transfer anything manually.
You left your laptop on sleep mode on purpose and went to the negotiation as a test run for this system.
That's right.
What?
While I was hospitalized, Yui mentioned something to me. She said living alone as a woman can be unsettling, and that's when I came up with this software.
To think you even tested it on yourself. That's impressive.
Mr. Akihiro!
I came since Keiji asked me to observe the software test, but I ended up witnessing quite the scene.
Would you care to explain? Why would you do something like this?
Oh, and by the way, if the laptop has a microphone, this software also records audio automatically, so I wouldn't recommend trying to cover it up.
I'm also a system engineer, you know. I can complete a software like this with my own skills too. So if I completed it myself, I thought I would be able to gain everyone's trust.
But that doesn't justify tampering with someone else's work without permission.
Instead of gaining trust and credibility, you've only created suspicion.
Trust and credibility come with responsibility. No one will ever trust someone who only uses such words whenever it is convenient for them. Was I wrong?
And you too, Ms. Hagiko. What? Why me? You were working with Fumiyama on checking the system, weren't you? The audio recording captured everything perfectly. You'll both need to take full responsibility. But...
Thus, the two were brought before the executive board. They were ordered to pay for damages and compensation to me, and were ultimately dismissed from the company.
No matter how much I repay the debt, it never seemed to decrease.
This is never ending.
Did you find another job?
That incident became a rumor within the company, and even spread to the other firms. Honestly, in this industry, no one will.
Looks like we'll be stuck doing part-time jobs for a while.
Meanwhile...
Who would have thought that the security system with the built-in camera could also be applied to lockers and home delivery boxes? Its versatility is incredible. Thank you so much for developing such a wonderful product.
Have your worries eased since then?
Thanks to you, yes.
But?
I'd feel even more secure if you were by my side to protect me.
I'd be honored to.